Drake Ayala and Richard Figueroa meet for the first time as college wrestlers.
These two guys have wrestled as scholastic athletes, but it's on a whole new level today, on a bigger playing field. But they're familiar with each other. Let's see who made the necessary changes. But you knew that Richard Figueroa had that ability. He was behind Brandon Courtney at Arizona State, and the moment he got his opportunity, he finds himself in the NCAA finals. And Drake Ayala is just a savage, man. Dude's been good his whole life.
Well, you talked about Figueroa being behind Brandon Courtney. How about being behind Spencer Lee?
Yeah.
If you're Drake Ayala.
Think about these two, right? They could have been two of the best in the country already. But now they get their opportunity, and they're already both in the finals. It's amazing to watch.
Drake Ayala has a nasty slide by with his left hand. He'll put it over the head just like that, or he'll counter it with a low single. So he has a sweep single and an overhand. So Richie Figueroa cannot wrestle on his knees, or he'll be hit with a slide by or that sweep single.
Let me tell you something. Ayala better get to scoring, because if this match is close and it's at a slow pace, that's the match Richard Figueroa loves to wrestle. He's so slick that he wants to take one opportunity to try to go get a score from you late in the matches.
And watch these guys. Look at how they're high when they're far apart, and watch as soon as they enter one another's zone or space, they immediately go to that three-point stance. They're disciplined in their stance because they know they're cat-like out here.
I don't know, man. I've never gotten a three-point like that. I wish I did that. I would have looked good, heavy like that. A heavyweight like that.
I don't know. You've never wrestled in one as fast as this. They got to be disciplined.
I never did it before, but I look at it and I always have dreams of it. Like, man, I wish I got a three-point. Now I do that, my back might go out on me.
Figueroa trying to be the first champion for the Sun Devils since Zahid Valencia back in 2019 in Pittsburgh.
Arizona State has done really well with California kids. Zahid Valencia from St. John Bosco, Richie Fig from Selma.
Well, Figs is hanging out. He hasn't really done a whole lot. Ayala's taking ground. Notice how he's controlling the center of the mat. He's pushing the pace forward. He's looking for a slide by, looking for a sweep single. I could say if Ayala gets a couple more attacks off in a row, we might see Richie Figs get hit for stalling here in the first period.
And Richie Figs needs to move his hands, because if he keeps his hands stationary, that's when the slide by comes in and the sweep single. He's got to move his hands like a steering wheel. Move it left or right like you're turning a car.
It's hard to call someone for stalling when they get to the edge, and Fig is the one that immediately turns himself with his back to the center of the mat. Mat control is so important today in wrestling. As Fig went for the slide by, Rock.
Action center, guys.
Figueroa in California, a three-time state champion. His sister Gracie was a four-time state champion. And for his mom, that's not caffeinated energy. That's nervous wrestling mom energy.
That's wrestling mom energy, nervous, wants her kid to get it done.
I tell you what, guys, my mom was so nervous in my national final 2011. She had to go to the apparel booth and get a new NCAA t-shirt because she had sweat through the one that she had worn to the tournament that day.
My cousin would always tell me at the fights, my mom just would sit there with her head down the whole time, barely ever watch me actually fight. Your whole family goes through this whenever you're going through it.
Here are the optics here. The optics are that Ayala has his back towards the center, while Richie Figueroa is on the head, his butt is on the outside. Just that alone, it gets into the referee's head that you're not doing much.
But look at this. Look at this, though, Rock. Every time he circles. He circles. It's a game of cat and mouse, these two. It's going to take one real attack, though. Figueroa will not be able to get this done by just staying on the edge. He's going to have to make an attempt if he wants to get a score.
Well, here's where he needs to take advantage of this position. Once he circles himself back to the center, he gets Ayala on the edge. Now he can make Ayala look bad. So although he hasn't been the aggressor, he can be physical here, maybe get a shot off, try to run him out of bounds, and look good in the eyes of the referees.
Or on top of that, JV, when he circles, just do a half shot, just to keep him honest.
I like how Ayala cuts him off. As Richie Figs tries to circle back to the center, Ayala cuts him off. He's keeping his head in the hand fight, looking for that right hand collar tie.
That's so important. No matter what the score is, no matter what the arena is, cutting your opponent off, not allowing them to get back to space.
Hey, DC, what's an Iowa wrestling fan's favorite word?
Trolling. I caught one crying yesterday. I caught one crying after Dayton Fix beat the kid in the semi. He's stalling. He come. I said, man, go in the bathroom and wipe your face. Oh, it's stalling. They got you for before, Jordan?
Hey, man.
You could be beating the dude bad. You start backing up, they're going to call stalling.
I'm glad you came to Kansas City to make friends, DC.
I don't worry about making friends. I love the Iowa fans. I love their passion. Oh,
look at this position here.
Nope, he's got two knees.
He's got the Merkle, but he's got the leg inside. He's got
at short time here in the period.
Oh, his toe's still in. His toe's still in. He's got the 3 here.
There it is. That's the Richie Fig way.
That's huge. That's huge.
As
With no time left in the period, he gets the 3-point takedown. The refs are talking it over. It looks like they're going to go to a. They made a decision. Okay, they're going to go to a review.
So what happens here? The officials, good job here. They called the 3. The official, Patrick Frank, looked to see if the foot was 3 there.
That's 3 there.
But hey, Rock, take a look at this. Watch when Richie Figs, he slides out. He's got the leg shelf. He gets his head and arm free. But watch with his left hand. Now he's going to grab the toe, or not only the toe, but the wrestling shoe of Drake Ayala. Watch, he gets the wrestling shoe. He doesn't even have the foot. He's got the wrestling shoe there.
That's 3. You can't grab the shoe like that.
You can't grab the shoe. So if they see that.
What happened there, if they see it, it's pulled beyond, let's say, that's not going to make much of a difference there. But you're right, if they pull it off, the referee could say that. But in that scenario, we were looking at time. Control was definitely set. And when the officials went, they said, we want to just confirm. They looked at each other, and they said, let's look at it. But they did award a 3. They have to see something that says there's no way that there's 3. I feel confident that that is a 3 takedown.
Yeah, that's 3, Rock.
Agreed.
This one should be a short one.
Rock, does it matter if the 3 takedown call came after the clock hit 0? Can they go back and say, we got that wrong there, it should have been 3, even if we called it too late?
Yes, they could. Proper mechanics is to give the 3 and then wave them out.
Review, the ruling on the mat stands. We have a takedown.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's huge. And look at the green brick come out from the Iowa side. They want to challenge the challenge.
So you're saying, look, you take this back. Okay, we're going to send it to independent
Brand just throws it out there and starts looking at you. Look at Brand.
I'm interested to see what the challenge is.
Can't tell me, I don't understand.
And this will be different, Rock, because previously it was the officials on the mat looking at it.
Correct.
And now this will go to independent review.
Independent reviewer, when they get on the phone call, they're going to go to what's called a back cave, where you have independent reviewers. They call them and say, hey, this is what it is, and they're going to look to see, and we have a shot here to see what they're looking at. They're looking at different angles to see what's being challenged. They'll come together, and then they try to make a decision, hopefully within the first 30 seconds. Then they'll call back and say the call either stands or it's confirmed. If they say it's confirmed, that means it's abundantly obvious that there was a takedown. If they say it stands, that means that they do not have enough evidence to overturn the call on the mat.
So fair to say here, this was a loss at the trial level, and we're going to the appellate level here with the independent review.
Well, they might as well use a brick. You might as well.
This is his last guy in the tournament.
And Rock, one of the things that we've talked about over the last couple of years is in the NCAA, they don't use tenths of a second. Right? If you go to the international scene freestyle, they use tenths of a second here. It may have been less than a second on the clock, but you have a lot of time to play with in those tenths.
So take our word for it. There are people in this room right now. We can't take you in there live, but before action got underway earlier today, this is the setup for that room where that replay goes separate from the officials who made the call on the mat, challenging the takedown on the edge by Arizona State's Richard Figueroa at the end of the period.
So here's my assumption. The officials went to the table and looked to make sure that they had the right time. Now, since they assumed that they had the right time, now Coach Brands is saying, I'm wondering if it was even a takedown in the first place.
Oh, yeah, that's a takedown, Rock. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, he better be challenging that he grabbed his shoe because, I mean, there's 2 seconds on the clock when he got the takedown.
Well, it's the finals.
It's the finals.
This is Iowa's only finalist.
Yeah, your last guy used that brick. They got another one?
You got a brick, use it.
Another one.
And their only brick.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing this year. The officials before last year, they could only look
there
at...
it is. But he caught the ankle normal before. He caught the ankle normal, right? Why? Go back again. He catches the ankle normal, and then when he feels like he's going to advance himself, then he grabs it, right? Right here, he grabs the foot. Right here, he's holding the ankle. Pause. Look at his hand.
Ankle.
He's not grabbing the shoe.
He's got
now, let it go a little bit more. Now he grabs it. He says, this dude ain't getting away from me.
Now
he's holding the shoe.
He's like a dog on the bone.
Yeah, he's like,
Now, what they're doing right now, in the back cave, we'll call it, they can look to see not just a takedown, but in the whole progression, did they see something else that may have happened? For instance, they could say, hey, we saw the shoe grab. Even though we were challenging the takedown, that could be a technical violation. So when you look in the replay, you can look at the whole sequence to see if you see anything else.
How can that be a penalty? How can that be a penalty?
Q, what do you see over there?
He's just grabbing the shoe to try to secure control. He wasn't grabbing the shoe like grasping for them.
The goal of this procedure is 90 seconds.
Guys, listen up real quick. You can hear the ref talking to the
he's
other
not
ref.
grabbing the shoe.
He said he wasn't grabbing it initially. He did after. You can hear it.
So there's a layer here that is added complexity to it. And DC, that's a good point. They're probably looking at the shoe.
And so on the initial finish, he was on the ankle. He slid down to the shoe. Maybe the shoe grab may have been after the
Independent review. The ruling on the mat is confirmed. We have a takedown.
That's massive.
That's
to go
massive.
into this third period up 4-0. But here, Ayala still has a chance. He's going to start on bottom. If he can get a quick escape, he's got over 1.5 minutes to go and get a takedown and possibly tie this match up.
It's gonna be a sprint though. No, I feel like Ayala, Jordan, is one of those guys that will not wait to the end. He'll be sprinting the whole time. He'll be attempting the whole time.
If Ayala gets out here, he's on the board with 1 and just a takedown away from tying things up. There's the escape.
Oh, he's gonna work now. Watch Ayala work.
Back to neutral, 136.
And just know they will be much more generous with the stallings. If Figueroa starts to give space, they'll be more generous.
And he's going backwards right away. Look at him. He's taking ground. Richie Figgs.
So at this point,
Look at how smart that was. Look at how smart that was by Ayala. He knows that the play is going to be blown dead as soon as he gets his foot off of the edge of the mat. Stuck that foot out in the splits, and immediately the ref blew the whistle.
Now here's the question. Figueroa's backing up again, but he was the guy just on the leg. I don't mind you hitting him here. I don't mind you hitting Fig here.
and you don't.
There it is. Yep.
And with 1 minute left, that's a lot of time.
A lot of time.
And that was a traditional stall call. That was not backing out.
Yep.
And Richie Figueroa has got to circle or he can be in trouble because he can get another stall and a back out. He can get both, but he's in with a shot.
Takes that attempt. Figueroa takes the attempt. Watch him hang on. He
switches off to the double. He's got to find some space for his head.
The head is still covered, so it's still controlled by Ayala.
If you're Figueroa, though, man, I'm not forcing finish. I'm passing time if I'm Richie Fig.
Look at the flexibility from these guys in this scramble. Ayala's finding his way up.
Oh, height wins.
High head wins. High head wins here.
Oh my goodness.
And that's three. Wow, 16 seconds left to finish up.
He went and got another one. Figueroa went and got another one.
Well, already this weekend, he upset the #1 seed, Braden Davis. And for the first time since 2011, Arizona State has a champion at 125 pounds.
And if you know Richie Figueroa's story, this was supposed to be. So while it might seem like upsets, if you looked at the bracket and you thought that Richard Figueroa would be the champion, not many people in the know would have questioned you.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy, coming out of high school, we knew that he had the capacity to be something special. He's got swagger. He's got confidence. Look at him dance after a championships.
Yep.
And now he's going over to hug and show some love to his family. Family full of champions.
His mama can put that rosary down now. She was clutching that rosary. She was clutching that rosary, man. She was nervous. Look at Richie Fig keep wrestling. Right here, it's all about the height. Look, the moment he elevates the leg, Ayala goes back to away from him. But look at Mama, Jordan. Mama's one that's been around this sport. Look at the knowledge and the intensity, understanding that her boy was about to be a natty champ. Great job by Richie Figgs.
And Quinn is with a dancing.
Richie just wants to dance with Mom. They got to show these. You got to show these. You put her to the test today, but you kept attacking at the end. You didn't stall at the end. You went for the killer. Well, explain what happened there at the end.
Just staying calm, the pose, and finish the job and get it done.
What's this group mean, your support group behind you?
I mean, it means a lot. They sacrificed a lot for me, and by doing this, it's a big blessing, and I hope I made them proud.
This weight class all season was upside down. It was topsy-turvy. You were ranked 1 at one point. At the end of the day, you're the champ. What does that mean?
It means the world to me. Discipline, hard work, sacrifice, all glory to God, baby. Go Sun W, and rest in peace, my best friend that died 2 years ago, Pee Wee, baby. I love you, brother. I hope I made you proud.
You made him proud. Congratulations, Richie.
In 2011, when our colleague Anthony Robles won an NCAA title in Philadelphia, that was against Matt McDonough of Iowa.